Hello everyone and welcome to the second series on building a line following robot. So in this part we are going to be able to achieve and understand the position of our robot, where it is from the black line, and we're going to do this by using an array of trace sensors. So what we're trying to achieve here is, if this is your robot, we need to know when it's at the center of the black line, when it's towards the right, when it's far off the right and off the line completely, when it's at the center, when it's towards the left, and when it's completely more to the left or off the line. So these are the things we are trying to achieve with these three sensors, because at the end of the day, this is a subsystem and we're going to build the entire robot by building the subsystems. From our connections, sensor 1 is connected to A0, sensor 2 to A1, and sensor 3 to A2. So let's declare these variables. Sensor 1 is connected to A0. Next, we're also going to declare our sensor values. And this is for sensor 1, we call it sen value. And we set it to 0. And we do that for the sensor value for 2 and 3. Next, we do our serial.begin. I explained this in the first video. And we declare our pin mode. And as you know, our sensor pins are all input pins. So
sensor 1.
the next thing to do is to read our sensor values, which we call sen value. And we're going to do this by analog reading from our sensor 1, 2, and 3. So sen value 1, this will have to analog read from sensor 1. Okay. Same goes for sensor value, sen value 2 and 3. So at this point, we want to see exactly what the sen values are. So we're going to serial print it on our serial monitor. So we do that by serial.print. We're printing our sen, which is sensor value 1, and we'll do that for the 3 sensors to make sure our code is correct and our connection is good. So this will be sensor 2, and this will be sen value 3, and we want this to print on the next line, so we'll put an ln here. We want to have a space between the value of sensor value 1 and that of 2, so we'll do this. Next, we'll put a very slight delay of 200 milliseconds, and then we'll make sure our port is correct. We'll verify for error. Okay, so our code is good. Next, we upload it to the Arduino. So all is done. Pull up my serial monitor to see the values. I'm going to draw this up. So we have these 3 values. I'm going to zoom it up. So the first one is for sensor 1, 2, and 3. So let's put sensor 1 on the black and 2 and 3 on the white. So you can see that sensor 1 is reading probably above 700, while 2 and 3 are reading below 100. Let's put just sensor 2 on the block. See, the values of sensor 2 is up and that of 1 and 3 is down. Let's try 3. Okay, let's try all of them on the white. They are all low values below 200 or 100. And if they are all on black, so that means our connection is correct and our sensors are reading correctly. The next thing we're going to do is to look at our logic, which you can see. And then go ahead and create our if statements for each of those conditions. For the first one, let us read for center, which means only the second sensor will be on the black while 1 and 3 will be on the white. So let's do this. If this is sensor 3, this is sensor 2. So for it to be in the center, sensor 1 has to be less than, let's just put it 200 there. It should be less than 200. And sensor 2 should be on the black line, so it has to be greater than 200. And our sensor 3 will have to be less than 200 as well, because it's on the white. And if that's the case, we want it to serial print in quotes center. Okay, this is wrong. This should be this. Good. So this should be correct, and we can easily check for this. We can easily test this out. But to do that, we need to comment all this out. We don't need it to give us values anymore. All we need is just to know exactly what our values are. So this is out. Let's verify this. So it's all good. Our serial monitor is still on. Let's upload the code. Which is good. I'm going to close this and open it again. So let's see if center is going to work. Let's place the middle sensor on black and the other two on white. So it's reading center, which is very great. So let's go ahead and complete the rest of the code. I'm just going to do this the very easy way. Okay, so I'm going to just duplicate this. I'm not doing the else statement for now. We'll do that in the next one. Just get used to the if statement first. So next we're going to do this for right, and for it to be on the right, that means 1 and 2 is on the black and 3 should be on the white. So 1 and 2 on the black means sensor 1 has to be greater than 200, sensor 2 greater than 200, sensor 3 less than 200. And this is supposed to read right. Okay, next let's go to far right or more right. For it, let me just put it here, more right. And for this to be more right, that means sensor 1 has to read black, sensor 2 and 3 will read white, which is sensor 1 has to be greater than 200 and sensor 2 and 3 less than 200. So okay, for the next one, let's try for left. For it to be left, sensor 1 has to be white, which is less than 200, sensor 2 has to be greater than 200, and sensor 3 has to be greater than 200. which is, it has to be on the black. And this is left. Good. For more lefts, sensor 1 has to be less than 200 white, sensor 2 has to be on white less than 200, and sensor 3 has to be greater than 200, which means sensor 3 has to be on the black. And this is more left, not more right, please, more left. Okay, next, when they are all off the line, which simply means all the sensors will be reading less than 200, so this we'll call offline. Okay, I think we're good at this point. Let's verify the code. That's good. Let's upload it to our Arduino. Great. Let's serial print and pull this up. And I'm gonna zoom this up so we can see it. Try to read center, which is very good. Let's take it to right. That means 1 and 2 on the black. This is working fine. Let's take it to just more right. Just sensor 1 is on the black, as you can see. Let's take it off the line. So it's reading out the line. Next, let's take it to the left, which is good. Let's do the more left. Just sensor 3 is on the black. So clearly, we have been able to achieve all the positions possible for our subsystem using just 3 sensors. And in the next video, this is the entire code. If you have issues with it, let me know. Next video, I'm going to show you how to use just 2 sensors to achieve all this, and we'll go from there.